and good morning to NixOS Discovery. Yeah, I kind of apologize. I've realized that packaging a deb file on NixOS, my last video, it's a terrible title. So because it's not a deb file, okay, it's a deb file, but this should be a better name. But it's a program packaged as deb file. I don't know, but also I'm basically not packaging a deb file. I kind of extracted the contents of the deb file, and then I kind of went on to learn how to package it, right? So this is not a correct title. There are discussions online, and I saw it where people talk about, how could you basically, take a deb file and put it in Nix, but I guess as a deb file. But this is not the case here. So, not that I regret naming it like this, but packaging a deb file on NixOS, it's kind of confusing. It's confusing, so I'll try to name it better. The way I name things actually is I describe what I do, and I write I write a lot to ChatGPT, and then the ChatGPT suggests me a title, which most of the titles I kind of like. Then I changed a bit of the title, so I kind of use it as a filter of sorts. But packaging a deb file on NixOS is not a good title. So anyway, yeah, there's a new wallpaper. That was from yesterday. Kind of nice. And yeah, I'm just surprised that I can really use some of the photos I make with my phone camera as a wallpaper. It's kind of nice, and I like this kind of blurry parts of it. Yeah, okay. So the last thing we did was a failed Nix build. So change directory code and change iriun default.nix. So the last thing we did was, I was collecting, yesterday I was listing the generations, and then I deleted them. And then I nix collect garbage -d. Yeah, I'm trying to find Figlet, yeah. Nix build dot. And we got cannot evaluate a function that has an argument without a value. Fetch URL. Oh, fetch URL. I thought that we are actually okay. Let's check this out. Fetch URL we have, but where are we getting it from? Source fetch URL. This is confusing because I have fetch URL here and I have fetch URL here. Mm. Yeah, again, I don't know how to copy and paste. Nix evaluate. Well, let's check this. Open link. Functions. Pattern body. Explicitly with arg. Assertions. Fetch URL. Not really helpful. Let's go fetch URL. Fetchers. Yeah, remember I went through a tutorial with the fetchers. Hash. Fetchers create fixed output derivations from downloaded files. Nix can reuse the downloaded files via the hash of the resulting derivation. But we have all that. Fetch URL. Correctly set in my iriun-nix package default.nix, but when I run nix build, it outputs. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Nix can find a value in your default.nix. This typically happens when fetch URL is listed as an argument in your default.nix, but you haven't passed it in from the outside environment. What does that mean? You can fix this by ensuring that fetch URL is imported from packages. Here's an example of how you could structure your default.nix. Oh, I remember seeing something about this. I remember seeing something about this on NixDev. Wait, let's go on NixDev and packaging existing software and your first package. Look at this, standard MK and standard hello.nix. Hello.nix. But this is interesting because this is the tutorial that I've done. And maybe we could run the same steps. Building. Oh. iriun-nix. Hello, Nix. Yes. So the tutorial, basically what it does is it separates the hello.nix and the default.nix. I guess we'll have to do it again. We could just fetch it. Look at this. Hello.nix. So maybe we could do like this. Okay. let's copy the default.nix. I'm gonna copy it like this. What a cheat. Because I still don't know how to copy and paste. Copy. So this is the entire program. Yeah, maybe there's a better way. You see this? So I'll show. Look at this. Look at this. In the Nix dev tutorial, we did a kind of like iriun.nix and a default.nix. The difference was that what the default.nix, that the default.nix had these declarations. So we could do that here also. You see this, it sounds like you're aiming to define default.nix to manage dependencies from a specific version of Nixpkgs and then call your iriun-nix package from it. Here's how you could structure default.nix to use this pattern with your iriun.nix package. Nixpkgs fetch tarball packages. Then here we would define with this setup. Yeah, but I kind of want this issue with fetch URL resolved. So my idea is that the Nixpkgs is called, or like from the default.nix. But I also don't want a specific version. Maybe just the most recent one. So to use the latest available Nixpkgs without specifying a version and solve the fetch URL issue, you can modify your default.nix and to import Nixpkgs dynamically and call your iriun-nix with the necessary dependencies. And then here define your packages. But is this what's done here? Like, look at this droid cam. It just has the default.nix. If I go to video, DaVinci Resolve. They have DaVinci Resolve. This is kind of cool. As curl. DaVinci Resolve. Studio variant. How do they get curl and JK? Download, product. Curl, this is wow. Yeah. DroidCam. So basically, this is the place where I would put my Irium package. FreeTube. Let's check FreeTube. Yeah, they all have just default.nix. Fetch URL. Look at this. App image. Fetch URL. Rec. Pname. Inherit source. Yeah, then I'm not sure what's the problem. I'll go to DroidCam and let me copy all this. I'm not sure then what's the problem with my iriun.nix. I don't want to have two separate iriun.nix and default.nix files. So compare with DroidCam, default.nix, and maybe we'll learn what's the problem with fetch URL issue. In your iriun.nix, the issue is likely that the fetch URL is not available in the current Nixpkgs context, which is why you're seeing the fetch URL error. Function arguments. Both files are wrapped as functions with required inputs. In the DroidCam example, fetch from GitHub is passed in, whereas Iriun requires fetch URL. Ensure you provide fetch URL as an argument in your Nix shell environment context. If fetch URL still throws an error, you might not have it available in the Nixpkgs context. Running Nix shell p fetch URL command nix build iriun-nix can help load it explicitly for testing. Really? Nix shell, really? P fetch. Wait, I don't have it on my system. Of course. I don't have it on my system. Of course, I don't have it on my system. I don't have it on my system. On my NixOS. That's why there is an error. How do I call fetch URL from Nixpkgs somehow, or declare it in default.nix? But then I don't see that. So yeah, you explicitly import it from in default.nix. Let packages, import Nixpkgs. So this is it. All right. But maybe I could test it like this. Wait. ls. That means I have to rename this default.nix into iriun.nix. And I have to create a new default.nix. And I basically have to copy and paste this. Yep. And now let's see. Function call without required argument, ADB. Okay. Let's see this. This kind of makes sense, but ADB is missing in the arguments passed from default.nix to iriun.nix. To fix this, you need an explicitly pass ADB or any other dependencies from packages in default.nix. Here's how to update default.nix to provide all necessary arguments. So I have to provide all of these guys. Default.nix fetch tarball. Packages import in hello. Packages call package hello.nix. So maybe I have to fetchurl, ADB, all of these guys. Really? And lib also? Let's see what happens now. Oh, to temporarily allow Unfree packages, you can use an environment variable for a single invocation of the Nix tools. So even though I have it allowed on my NixOS, I guess I have to declare it also. So the iriun-webcam has an Unfree license, and Nix is set up to refuse Unfree packages by default. Temporarily allowance for Nix build. You can set the environment variable for the current shell session. If you're using Nix build in a flake-based setup, you'll need to add impure. But I'm on NixOS. But why is this so? Because I'm on NixOS and I have already allowed Unfree packages. This may be a local scope issue where the Nix packages allow Unfree setting is not inherited by your current Nix build environment. Verify configuration.nix. Yeah, of course I allowed it. Verify config Nix packages config Nix. Really? I don't config. don't even have this. Nixpkgs. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. What's the problem here? Let's see again. Error package iriun refusing to evaluate. Maybe how do I put this? Yeah, I'm not sure. Right, if I go here, services, here is it. Nixpkgs, config allow Unfree true. I have it allowed in my NixOS already. I checked. Export. Really? Export Nixpkgs. Allow Unfree 1 and Nix build. Now it worked. But v4 L2 loopback is missing. Yeah, that could be the same thing. This might happen. Oh, we might not even have the v4 L2 loopback. v4 L2 loopback. I never used this Nix search. Nixpkgs, v4 L2 loopback. I never use this search. I kind of go online to Nixpkgs search. But what is it doing? I don't know. Let's try here. This is faster. v4 L2 loopback. There is Linux kernel packages. Yeah, but which one? I don't know which one. What are you doing now? Oh wow, what's going on? Yeah, but which ones do I pick? Look at this. This is too much. There's so many. Mm. But there are so many. Which one to pick? To pick the correct v4, it's the best to match the package to the Linux kernel you're currently using. Check your kernel version. I'm gonna stop this because this is still going on? 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Unname R 6.11. 6.11. Yeah. Match v4l2 loopback to your kernel version. If your kernel is 6.11.5, packages is 6.11.5. Since your kernel ensure compatible, but how will I update this? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Yeah, the experience of actually packaging this is not, I guess this is still hard. Will I find it like this? No. No, I won't find it like this. Six point 11. Let's try look for it again and look for 6.11, I guess. I think I saw it somewhere. Look at this, Libre. Latest. Isn't there like a package for the latest one? Linux canmod, xanmod. Libre, latest Libre, hardened, 6.11. There is it. Here is it. 6.11. I found it. You can update your default.nix. Let's update it. So we have to, okay, wait. So we have to add this little thing. To packages. I see, that was the problem. Who knows if there'll be the same problem with lib and qtbase. Let's try now. Build it. Let's see what comes now. Yeah. qtbase. That's probably because of the attribute qtbase is missing. What's the qtbase? Use qt5 base or qt6 qtbase. You can try either of these based on which version you need. Let's check qtbase. KDE packages qtbase. I think I gotta go.